I, Dr. Bhavna Agrawal, welcome you all to this webinar on World Earth Day, organized by the Faculty of Science. My hearty welcome to Honorable Keynote Speaker, Dr. Lokendra Thakur, Senior Scientist Officer at Environment Planning and Coordination Organization, Bhopal. It gives me great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to Dean of Science, Dr. Neetu Paliwal, HODs of Physical and Life Science Department, all faculties member, and my dear students. Now I would like to invite Dr. Neetu Paliwal, Dean of Faculty Science, for the welcome speech. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Let us promise to planet one tree, one person every year, and we will have a much greener and happier planet to live. Happy Earth Day. Save the Earth. Good afternoon to all. I, Dr. Neetu Paliwal, Dean Faculty of Science, on behalf of RNTU family, I would like to welcome Honorable VC Sir, Registrar Sir, and I heartily welcome to today's keynote speaker, Dr. Loken Thakur Sir, Senior Scientific Officer, APCO Bhopal, for giving their valuable time. Again, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
I welcome to all Dean HOD, faculty members, and students for joining today's e-webinar on World Earth Day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Before we formally start join for the seeking blessing of Goddess Ma Saraswati. Sir, hello. Ranjit sir,
yes,
please
yes,
stop sharing so that I can, yeah.
Is it visible, ma'am? I have already started.
Sir, please stop sharing your slide. Please, sir, stop. Yeah. Let me share.
Shall I share, ma'am?
भावना मैम आगे स्टार्ट कीजिए. हेलो.
जी. Just a minute. Now we are going to organize today's event in 2 sessions. First session of the event will cover just keynote speaker, Dr. Lukin Khatter, on World Earth Day. And second session of the event will cover essay, poster, and quiz competition for the children. The objective of the webinar on World Earth Day is to raise awareness among masses about climate change and global warming. With this, Dr. Lukin Khatter is presently working as a general manager at the Center of Climate Change and Sustainable Development at Environmental Planning and Coordination Organization, Bhopal. He has over 30 years of working experience on various issues of climate change, biodiversity conservation, environment, and sustainable development. He has been closely and actively associated with many activities of Rajya Anand Sansthan, also broadcasting as newsreader and radio anchor for more than 32 years. Dr. Lukin has been part of production team of various features and documentaries of national and international importance on environmental and developmental issues. Along with this, he has anchored live shows on scientific and environmental issues on radio and televisions. He has done his MPhil in Natural Resource Management from Indian Institute of Forest Management, Bhopal, and also has bachelor degree in journalism and mass communication. Dr. Lokin sir obtained his PhD on Indian NDC and its policy implication at the state level. He has invited in various abroad universities and has attended many national and international conferences on environmental, climate change, and happiness. Now, I would like to request Dr. Lokin Khatter sir for the speech of World Earth Day. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Can I request Dr. Ranjit to please start sharing the screen? Thank you. First slide, please. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'm really grateful to the organizer, the Rabindranath Tagore University, and all the faculty members for inviting me to share my thoughts and ideas on the occasion of the World Earth Day. Dr. Ranjit, please show the first slide. Hello. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So, as you all know, that the human beings are going through a very tough times. The entire humanity, the entire world is going through a tough time. I need not to re-emphasize or maybe perhaps affirm it, why it is happening and what is the cause. But everybody is suffering, going through this difficult times because of the pandemic. And this year's World Earth Day theme is also Restore Our Earth. So the question that should come to our mind is, what has gone wrong that needs to be restored? And actually, Earth has suffered a lot of damage by the hands of the human beings. So we should all ask this question: what have we done to the Mother Earth? And why do we need to restore it? Is anything has gone wrong? That's the basic question that we all need to ask. Therefore, this year's theme of World Earth Day, which is being organized for last 30-40 years to commemorate and to remind and to create awareness about the problem of the earth that is facing to us. Now, as you all know, that what are the causes of the problem that we have created for the Mother Earth. What are the problem? What are the causes? What are the factors that are creating problem? As the speaker just before me, she also talked about global warming, which is one of the biggest problem facing before the humanity and facing before the earth. The second is the pollution. And the third is the deforestation. These are some of the most important problems that are being discussed world over. So we should understand. I'll try and speak little later on the issues of Earth and the climate change. But first, let us remind ourselves that Earth has suffered a lot by the hands of the human being. And this deterioration, this degradation, and this pollution, it's visible everywhere. Last year also, when the lockdown was there, and people used to post a lot of pictures and a lot of stories that Himalayas are visible from Chandigarh, and the Yamuna is very clean, and Narmada Nadi is very clean. We can just drink the water. The water quality has improved a lot, and the tigers are roaming in the roads, and the deers and wild animals are, all those stories that we had seen last year also. That means, what does it indicate? I really don't know whether those stories were actually true or not, because I have not done any study on that. But all these stories which were coming on the social media, what is the message that we get? The message is that human beings are the real cause of this whole problem. If human beings stop, meddling with the systems of the nature and the earth, I think the earth will, recover on its own. We need to restore. Rather, I think the topic of this theme of this year's Earth Day should have been, let the earth allow itself to recover. We don't need to do anything. If we don't do anything, we don't meddle with the systems of the nature, I think nature can recover on its own. This is the beauty and this is the power of the nature. You don't do anything. You don't need to do a lot of big projects for cleaning Ganga actions or Narmada or Yamuna or whatever. You just stop polluting river will clean itself. You just don't cut the trees, the forest will come on its own. You just don't kill the wild animals, they will be in the right numbers. But we don't do that. We just keep on meddling. We just keep on disturbing. We just keep on making a lot of interferences, a lot of interventions. And therefore, the problem of the earth comes. I ask this question to all my people who are listening to me. Am I audible and am I able to connect with all of you?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So ask this question to yourself. What do we do to the earth? And as a person, let's ask this question कि हम लोग नेचर को क्या देते हैं और हम क्या लेते हैं? दिन भर में हम घर में भी हम क्या देते हैं और क्या लेते हैं, अगर भी हम हिसाब कर पाए तो शायद हम लोग इस बात का सवाल का उत्तर ढूंढ पाएंगे कि हमने अपनी पृथ्वी के साथ, अपनी धरा के साथ, अपनी धरती के साथ क्या किया है। आप खुद सोचिए कि हम लोग दिन भर, मनुष्य के तौर पे हम दिन भर अच्छी चीजों का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, अच्छा पानी लेते हैं, साफ पानी लेते हैं, उसको फिर आरओ से क्लीन करते हैं और उसके बाद फिर हम देते क्या है, हमारे घर से क्या निकलता है? गंदा पानी। हम बाजार से बहुत सारी चीजें लाते हैं, प्रोसेस्ड, अनप्रोसेस्ड, रॉ मटेरियल, उसको हम खाते हैं और फिर उसके जगह हम क्या देते हैं? नेचर को। अगर आप देखिए जरा एक मिनट के लिए सोचिए कि मनुष्य के किसी भी चीज से नेचर को कोई फायदा नहीं है। इनफैक्ट अगर हम अपनी बॉडी को देखें, हमारी हर चीज में एक किस्म की एक ऐसा एलिमेंट है जो नेचर को परेशान करता है। हम सारी चीजों का एक ऐसा कारखाना बन गया है, मुझे लगता है, जो कचरा उत्पादन का कारखाना है। हमारी किसी चीज का उपयोग नेचर में नहीं हो सकता। जाकि गाय का गोबर भी इस्तेमाल हो जाता है, लेकिन हमारा किसी चीज में कोई उपयोग नहीं हो सकता। हम अच्छी चीजों का इस्तेमाल करते हैं, अच्छा दूध लेंगे, अच्छा पानी लेंगे, अच्छी खाने की चीज लेंगे, अच्छे कपड़े लेंगे, अच्छा मटेरियल लेंगे, हर चीज, और फिर हमारे घर से क्या निकलेगा? चाहे वो हमारे टॉयलेट्स में हो, हमारे किचन से हो, हमारे बेडरूम से हो, हमारे जो भी गतिविधियां, उससे हम सिर्फ नेचर को एक वेस्ट क्रिएट कर रहे हैं. वी आर क्रिएटिंग लॉट ऑफ वेस्ट बिकॉज वी कंज्यूम अ लॉट. एंड देयरफॉर what is the difference between animal and human being? I think there is only one difference. हमको मनुष्य ने भगवान ने दिमाग दिया है, हमको एक बुद्धि दी है. उस बुद्धि का उपयोग करके हम शायद बहुत सारे काम ऐसे करते हैं और कर सकते हैं जो नेचर को रिस्टोर करने में, नेचर को रिकवर करने में मदद करें. मनुष्य के पास सिर्फ एक ही चीज है, वो है चेतना, उसकी अपनी उसकी एनर्जी, उसकी कॉन्शियसनेस और उसकी एनर्जी और उसकी दिमाग, उसका विजडम. This is what God has given, and this is how we are different from animals. Otherwise, animals are much better than human beings because they don't cause any problem for the earth. Earth doesn't need to recover, doesn't need to restore. It is us that we are creating problem, and it is us that we can also find solutions. That is the beauty of human beings. We create problems and we create solutions. We created the problem of coronavirus, COVID-19, and we created the vaccine. That is the beauty. But actually, the question is, why do we create so problems? I mean, if we are able to think about it, I think we can find solutions. And each one of us is the cause of the problem, and each one of us is the potential solution for this problem. This is what I feel. And this is the message that I think we should be getting out. We should try and understand how can we actually stop creating problem for Mother Earth, and how can we find a solutions. It's very simple. Everybody says, if you are not a part of the solution, you become part of the problem. So unfortunately, majority of human beings are becoming part of the problem because they are not finding solutions. But we can, and that is the message, that we can do it, and we will do it. So that's the, I think, point that I wanted to raise before all of you. And because this year's theme of the World Earth Day is Restore Our Earth, so the question we should be asking, what has gone wrong? Can we do something? And the answer is yes. There is a lot of things that has gone wrong, and also is that we can find a solution. We can actually make the earth better place to live. Next slide, please. Next slide.
Hello, Ranjit sir.
Yeah. So these, as the title says, that Mother Earth is sending a message. I think actually this is, if somebody is living away from your mother, and if mother is calling, I need help, I need help, I need help, and you don't pick up your phone, you are not picking up your WhatsApp message, you are not looking at your emails, and your mother is calling for help, and suddenly you say, oh, there are 10 messages, there are 20 calls, and I am not able to respond. By the time the situation has gone wrong. This is what's happening. You look at the social media today. If I look at my WhatsApp, I look at my Twitter, I look at my emails, what message I'm getting? My father is admitted, my mother is admitted, my brother is admitted, please help me, oxygen needed, plasma needed. This is the kind of message that we are getting. I'm sure all of us are getting these messages. Somebody's father, somebody's mother, somebody's brother, somebody's husband, somebody's son, daughter, relative, friends, they are admitted, they are asking for oxygen, for remdesivir injections, for asking for some hospital to be, some beds where oxygen can be given to them, some medicines. This, everybody is crying for help. So Mother Earth is also crying for help, and we are not picking up the phones, we are not looking at our messages. And the situation will be there that Mother Earth is gasping, humanity is gasping, looking for air, fresh air, oxygen. We just don't know how much Mother Earth has been given to us in terms of the natural resources, the water, the air, the oxygen. We never calculated. I was in IFM studying, and my teacher, Dr. Madhu Verma, she did some calculations on ecosystem services. If you look at the cost of oxygen that one gets over the life, we just can't repay, we can't purchase. But this is the situation, that Mother Earth is sending messages constantly, continuously. The Mother Earth is sending messages. We are not picking up. We are not receiving those signals. We are not receiving those messages because our systems, our life is not geared. We don't have that instrument. We think chalta hai, sab ho jayega, theek ho jayega. That's the biggest problem, that people think that ये जो प्रॉब्लम है इसको ठीक कोई और करेगा, ठीक कोई और नहीं करेगा. You know, this is the famous quote of Obama, the Barack Obama, the ex vice, the president of the US, that this generation is this is the beauty of this generation, that they have created the problem, and this is the duty of this generation, that we can and we should solve this problem. Otherwise next generation, आपके हमारे बच्चे बिल्कुल भी इसको ठीक नहीं कर पाएंगे, क्योंकि उनके पास ठीक करने के लिए कुछ बचेगा ही नहीं. There will be nothing left for them to repair, to restore, to recover. So we have created this problem and we have to find solutions. This is the message that the Mother Earth is giving. And this COVID problem, as you all know, you are all scientific faculty. I'm not that, I'm not teaching science, and I'm just practicing doing some, trying to connect policy and science together. So what we know, and what is the message, that this problem of pandemic is also related because of human actions, because we are meddling with the wildlife, and this is how it has come from bats or from pangolins, or we don't know, but it has come from the wet market of the China. Whatever China may say today that we are not the responsible and some other countries are responsible, and WHO may also put their stamp on it, but this is not the truth. The truth is that human beings have been meddling with nature, human beings meddling with forest ecosystems, with the wildlife, and it has come from those systems. They are innocent. Pangolin is an innocent animal. Bats are innocent. We don't need to kill them. But we are meddling with them. We are going there. We are trying to disturb and understand their system. And this is how we got this virus. So the message that the Mother Earth, please don't meddle with me. Allow me to work. In fact, the other quotation is that we should not react with nature. We should act with nature. The way nature wants. If we and nature act together, I think nothing wrong will go. Everything will go fine. But what is happening, that human beings are reacting with nature. The more you react, the more problem comes. Reactionary, the human beings are reactionary. They react. And we also in our life, we keep on reacting. किसी ने कुछ बोला नहीं, हमने उसका जवाब दिया. Pratikriya. This is not the way. We have to work together. We have to act with nature. We have to understand how nature works. And this is how we can also work with nature. I think things will go fine. Next slide, please. Next. So please go on the next slide. Previous slide, please. So these are some of the facts that I collected for you only this morning when I was thinking to make this presentation. The planet is losing 4.7 million hectares of forest every year, which is equal to the size of the Denmark. Now you can imagine who is killing these forests, where these forests are going, why are we cutting this forest? And what does it mean? When you cut the forest, you remove the natural habitats of lots of animals, including pangolins and bats. Where will they go? They will come to the cities. So cutting trees doesn't mean cutting trees. Cutting forest doesn't mean cutting forest. You are cutting the entire ecosystem. Forest is just not trees. Forest is basically an ecosystem where thousands and millions of species are living together in a synchronized manner. Hello. Yeah. So healthy, please go on the previous slide. A healthy ecosystem helps to protect us from these diseases. Biological diversity makes it difficult for pathogens to spread rapidly. This is what I'm trying to emphasize. Why do we need to conserve biodiversity? Because it not only helps to maintain the vibrancy of life, but it also helps us to keep the diseases away. It is estimated that around 1 million animals and plant species are now threatened with extinction. This is very, 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 very important. You know, the loss of biodiversity is even more dangerous than the nuclear war. If you have a nuclear holocaust, the Nagasaki and Hiroshima bomb blast, the kind of problems and the kind of human misery that the Nagasaki and Hiroshima bomb blast created, the loss of biodiversity even more dangerous, because the more we lose the diversity of life, the more we are threatened. And these can you imagine how many people have died? I think I've just forgot in the corona, because of coronavirus. I think world over about more than 30 lakh people have died over last 1 year. 3 lakh people every month. That means 10,000 people dying every day. Look at the size of the tragedy. And it is all because of the meddling with the natural ecosystem. Can you imagine 10,000 people are dying? And still there are people who are able to celebrate. They are having some events and they are having some, people find some reasons to celebrate. I don't know whether it's good, bad, ugly. I don't know. I can't say. I'm not making any comment. I don't want to be judgmental. But 10,000 people dying every day in Bhopal or in MP or in India or outside, this is a huge, huge, huge cause of worry. Why don't we think about it? What is the reason about it? And if we conserve biodiversity, I think this is, with biodiversity conservation doesn't only help in controlling the disease, the protecting habitats, but also climate change, which I think I'll come a little later. Next, please. So on these couple of slides, I'm not going to speak much. I think I'll ask Dr. Ranjit to please play on and see for yourself. This is an animation. You can see how climate change and global warming is happening, because one of the important cause for climate change is global warming. And why global warming takes place, you all know, because of the greenhouse gases. So what is the global warming? I've tried to do to show you on these some 4 or 5 animation slides, where you can see how the sun rays are coming. They are coming to the planet Earth. They are getting bounced back to the atmosphere. But because of this small thin layer of the ozone, the greenhouse gases, some of the gases are being trapped by the greenhouse gas layer. And because of this greenhouse gas envelope that the Earth has on its own, the Earth has a maintained certain degree of temperature. But because of the thickness, the concentration of the greenhouse gases, which is increasing day by day, every day the concentration is increasing. And because of this increased concentration, more and more sunlight, which is supposed to go back to the atmosphere, is not going back. Please go forward. Please keep forwarding, Dr. Ranjit. Now you can see these red ones. Some of the red ones are bouncing back and going back to the atmosphere, and some are getting trapped. The ones which you can see, the one red color, ray is just getting back. But because thickness is increasing, go on the next slide, please. Yeah, because of this thickness, yeah, you can see the thickness is increasing. Next slide, please. More greenhouse gases are getting trapped. And because of the higher concentration of greenhouse gases, the sunlight, which should go back to the atmosphere as a radiation, is not able to go back as infrared radiation. And because of this, the Earth's temperature is increasing continuously. Now, if you look at 2 slides, next slide, please. Next, this. Yes, thank you. Now you can see these 2 graphs. One graph tells you about the concentration of the greenhouse gases. The other graph tells you about the rise in temperature. Both the graphs are similar. That means the more the concentration, the higher the temperatures. Next, please. Now, this is the current level of the greenhouse gas in the atmosphere, something around 415 or 20 parts per million. This is the concentration of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Now, this is, I'm talking of today, as on today, maybe in 2021. But if this is the rate of the concentration continues, the estimation is that by 2040 or 2050, the concentration of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere will be around 650 parts per million. I'm repeating, 650 parts per million. As on today, it is about 410, 415 parts per million. So the higher the concentration of the carbon dioxide, the higher the concentration of greenhouse gas, the thickness of the envelope is increasing, and more the concentration, more the temperature. This is the point that I want to make. Please, next slide, please. Next. Now, you must have seen it. These are some of the 10 hottest year on the record. Only 2 days before, I wanted to show you that paper cutting also. 2 days before in the Dainik Bhaskar, the World Meteorological Organization has said that 2020 is the second hottest year on this planet. Second hottest. The first was 2016. And last decade, 2010 to 2020, was the hottest decade on this planet. Can you imagine how much heat we are generating? And why the heat is coming? Because of burning of coal, because of emission of greenhouse gases like methane, carbon dioxide, nitrous oxide, sulfur hexafluoride, water vapors. These are all going up in the air and creating a lot of concentration, making this thickness of the natural greenhouse gas envelope that the nature has created. That is important, that is needed, because if there is no greenhouse gas on the planet Earth, there will be an ice age. We need certain degree of temperature, but more the concentration, more the temperature. We don't need that. Please, next, please. This is I talked about. Next. Next. Now see this is slide animation. Keep on the same slide, please. Go to the previous slide. Go to previous slide. Yeah, see this animation. Just for a few seconds. No, it will run on. Please, please. Dr. Ranji. Next slide, please. Just leave it. Just leave it there. I think you are moving too fast. Go on to the black slide, please. Go on to black. Go on to next previous slide, please. Even previous. Go back. Yeah. Go forward. One slide forward, please. Just leave it. Okay. I think the animation is not working. The message is that it shows that how the Earth's temperature is increasing world over, not only. Now, this slide, what does it mean? There are different statistical models which are projecting the temperature of the Earth. All the models are, and all the scenarios are saying that there would be a rise in temperature. This is what this slide particularly is talking about. Next, please. Next. So who does this all estimation? There is an international organization called IPCC, Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, and they keep on producing a lot of research reports every 3, 4, 5 years. And this observation came from the 5th assessment report of IPCC, which says that the temperature of the surface of the Earth is increasing day by day. Next, please. Next. And this is more important. Please go on the back side, please, Dr. Ranjit. Yeah, just read the red and the blue ones. There is a clear human influence on the climate. Who says it? IPCC. And what is IPCC? IPCC is Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. Who makes it? There are thousands and thousands of scientists world over, and they keep on doing research. All their peer-reviewed articles, they are being scanned, they are being studied. And based on those studies world over, about more than 1,500 scientists are associated with IPCC, like you. And they do research, and their papers are published in peer-reviewed high-impact journals. And those peer-reviewed articles are then again re-studied. Based on that, IPCC has said that there is a clear human influence on the climate, because what does it mean? That because of human influence, the climate is changing. And it says that it is extremely likely that human influence has been the dominant cause of observed warming since 1950. 1950 के बाद जो भी हमारी धरती के तापमान में वृद्धि हुई है, उसके पीछे मनुष्य का कारण है, इस बात के पर्याप्त सबूत हैं। डोमिनेंट कॉज, मुख्य कारण रहा है पृथ्वी के तापमान में वृद्धि का। नेक्स्ट प्लीज, नेक्स्ट आगे बढ़ा दीजिए और इसको भी। या सो दीज आर सम ऑफ द प्रोजेक्शंस। पीछे चले जाएं, शायद पीछे चले जाएं, एक स्लाइड पीछे प्लीज। या ये इसके एक आगे वाली स्लाइड, या प्लीज स्टे ऑन द स्लाइड। तो ये क्या अनुमान लगा रही है स्लाइड? ये कह रहा है कि पृथ्वी के तापमान में और हमारे वातावरण के तापमान में वृद्धि होती रहेगी अगर ग्रीन हाउस गैस का एमिशन बढ़ता रहा। ये भी कहता है कि ग्लोबल सरफेस टेम्परेचर, कोई आप लोगों में से बताएगा प्लीज? यू आर ऑल एबल टू लिसन टू मी? हेलो हेलो, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir, you are.
Okay, so can somebody tell me what is the temperature of the earth surface? I just want to connect so that you, आप लोग सो नहीं जाए कहीं मेरी बोरियत वाली भाषा, बोरियत लेक्चर को सुन सुन के। हेलो हेलो, डॉक्टर रंजीत?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We all are this listening. Yes, sir.
मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी, हाँ जी, sir.
ओके, तो कोई बता सकता है कि हमारी पृथ्वी के तापमान का, हमारी धरती की सतह का तापमान कितना है?
I think it is 22 degrees Celsius. To
No.
45 degrees Celsius. No.
No.
Okay.
The Earth's surface temperature is 14.8 डिग्री सेल्सियस।
Okay.
और अभी जो सारी दुनिया ने ये पेरिस में जो एक क्लाइमेट चेंज का एग्रीमेंट हुआ है, उसमें यह तय किया है कि हम अपने पृथ्वी के तापमान को 1.5 डिग्री तक से ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ने देंगे, मैक्सिमम 2 डिग्री। लेकिन पूरी दुनिया ये प्रयास करेगी कि हम 1.5 डिग्री मतलब 14.8 प्लस 1 मतलब 15.8 एंड 0.5 16.3 डिग्री 16.3 डिग्री से ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ने देंगे। अभी 14.8 है, जो ऑलरेडी 1 डिग्री जो है ज्यादा हो चुका है जब से दुनिया में औद्योगिक क्रांति शुरू हुई है। इंडस्ट्रियल रेवोल्यूशन 1850 के आसपास दुनिया में शुरू हुआ, तब से पृथ्वी के तापमान में 1 डिग्री की वृद्धि, 1 डिग्री ऑलरेडी बढ़ चुका है। और जिस तरह से ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिशंस निकल रहे हैं हमारी दुनिया से, हमारे कई प्रकार की गतिविधियों से, उद्योगों से, परिवहन से, उसके कारण पृथ्वी का तापमान ऑलरेडी बढ़ना तय है। और ये जो कि एमिशंस निकल रहे हैं, एमिशंस जब तक नहीं रुकेंगे, ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिशन जब तक नहीं रुकेंगे, तब तक पृथ्वी के तापमान में ग्लोबल वार्मिंग होती रहेगी और क्लाइमेट चेंज होती रहेगी। तो इसलिए दुनिया में ने एक जो समझौता किया है पेरिस में 2015 में, उस समझौते में क्या तय किया है कि हम अपनी पृथ्वी के तापमान को 2 डिग्री से ज्यादा नहीं बढ़ने देंगे और पूरी कोशिश करेंगे कि 1.5 डिग्री रहे। लेकिन आज जो एमिशंस हो रहे हैं दुनिया में, इंक्लूडिंग भारत में, उससे ये जो लक्ष्य, ये जो टारगेट हम लोगों ने लिया है सारी दुनिया ने, वो टारगेट को हम पूरा नहीं कर पाएंगे। उस टारगेट से हम बहुत दूर हैं, अभी लक्ष्य से बहुत दूर हैं। और जो एमिशंस अभी निकल रहे हैं, उससे अनुमान जो लगाया जा रहा है वो ये है कि दुनिया का तापमान, पृथ्वी की सतह का तापमान 3-3.5 डिग्री होगा। अब आप सोच लीजिए कि लक्ष्य से हम कितना दूर हैं, एमिशंस कितने निकल रहे हैं। नेक्स्ट, तो ये जो स्लाइड आपके सामने है, ग्लोबल इंपैक्ट्स ऑफ क्लाइमेट चेंज। आप जानते हैं कि क्लाइमेट चेंज अगर होगा तो उससे गर्मी बढ़ेगी, एक्सट्रीम हीट कंडीशंस होंगी, साइक्लोन्स आएंगे, फायर्स होगी। आप देखिए दुनिया में अगर आप नजर रखते हैं तो एक ही समय पर कैलिफोर्निया में फायर होती है, तो मलेशिया में और मालदीव्स में और बांग्लादेश में बाढ़ आती है। जंगल की आग ऑस्ट्रेलिया में लगती है, और यूएस में ही एक कोस्ट पर आग लगी है, दूसरे कोस्ट पर तूफान आया हुआ है। तो ये जो प्रॉब्लम है, आप उसको मानो या ना मानो, आप ट्रंप मना करते 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 चले गए, अपनी सत्ता से बाहर हो गए, लेकिन उन्होंने माना नहीं। लेकिन दुनिया जानती है कि जंगल की आग, चाहे वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में हो, चाहे कैलिफोर्निया में हो, चाहे पेंसिल्वेनिया में हो, वो आग का कारण क्लाइमेट चेंज है, ग्लोबल वार्मिंग है, सरफेस के टेम्परेचर में वृद्धि होना है, साइक्लोन्स आ रहे हैं, हरिकेन्स आ रहे हैं। ये क्यों आ रहे हैं? बाढ़ आ रहे हैं, कहीं बाढ़ हो रही है, कहीं सूखा हो रहा है, कहीं पीने के लिए पानी नहीं है, कहीं इतना ज्यादा पानी है कि आप संभाल नहीं सकते। तो ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स है, एक्सट्रीम हीट, एक्सट्रीम कोल्ड, ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, ये ऑल बिकॉज ऑफ ग्लोबल वार्मिंग। बिकॉज ऑफ ग्लोबल वार्मिंग देयर इज अ चेंज इन आवर क्लाइमेट्स। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। तो ग्रीन हाउस गैस का जो परसेंटेज है आप जानते हैं, इसमें सबसे ज्यादा कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है, फिर मीथेन है, फिर जो फ्लोरिनेटेड गैसेस हैं, नाइट्रस ऑक्साइड है, और इन सब के कारण ही हमारी पृथ्वी के तापमान में वृद्धि हो रही है। आप ये जानते हैं कि कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड सबसे ज्यादा, करीब 80% कॉन्सेंट्रेशन, 82% हमारे जो ग्रीन हाउस गैस में सबसे ज्यादा जो कंट्रीब्यूशन है वो कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड का है। लेकिन कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड के साथ अच्छी बात यह है कि इसका ग्लोबल वार्मिंग पोटेंशियल कम है, ज्यादा क्वांटिटी है लेकिन ग्लोबल वार्मिंग पोटेंशियल कम है। मीथेन जो है कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड से लगभग 21 से 23 गुना ज्यादा घातक है, और सल्फर हेक्साफ्लोराइड जैसी गैसेस जो हैं वो 23,000 से 26,000 गुना ज्यादा घातक है। इसका मतलब ये हुआ, दूसरे शब्दों में, दैट 1 ton of sulfur hexafluoride is equal to cause similar impact as if 26,000 tons of carbon dioxide. 1 ton of methane is equal to 23 tons of carbon dioxide. That is the problem, that the more the methane you emit, the greater the potential of greenhouse gas warming, greater the potential of greenhouse global warming. So these gases, which are lesser in quantity but have a larger and more potential to cause global warming. Next, please. So this is the beautiful pie chart that you can see. And what does it indicate? It indicates that what is the real problem of greenhouse gas. If you look at the blue ones, this is the China. If you look at the green, this is the United States of America. If you look at the orange, which is European Union, and if you look at the red, which is India. Now, these are the if you look at these inner circle number 2, if you look at the orange ones, these are the 10 countries which are causing the maximum greenhouse gas emissions. The highest is China, number 2 is US, number 3 is European Union, and number 4 is India. India is no more a victim, but it is also a factor. It is also a reason for worry for the international community and for us also, that India is also emitting a huge amount of greenhouse gas. Of course, यहाँ पे कहना चाहूंगा, शायद आप पूछेंगे भी, हमारा पर कैपिटा एमिशन अभी भी दुनिया के औसत से 1/4 है. We are not emitting the per capita emission of India is still much below the world average of per capita. But in total aggregate emission from India is number 4. And that is where we have to be concerned about, that how can we reduce our emissions from India also. Next, please. So historically, who was responsible? US was responsible. Other developed countries were responsible. China was responsible. India was only 3%, but not anymore. India is about now 6 to 7% today. Next. Next. If you look at this chart, I can show you that now China is number 1 with 8.1% emission per capita. But if you look at the total emission is about 25%. क्योंकि चाइना की भी जनसंख्या बहुत ज्यादा है, तो उनका भी पर कैपिटा कम हो जाता है. इंडिया की जनसंख्या बहुत ज्यादा है, तो इंडिया का पर कैपिटा कम हो जाता है. लेकिन आप कॉलम नंबर 2 देखें, परसेंटेज एमिशंस, चाइना 25%, अमेरिका 14%, यूरोपियन यूनियन 10%, इंडिया लगभग 7%, रशिया लगभग 5.5-6% और जापान लगभग 3%. तो हमारी रैंकिंग 4 पर है. लेकिन अगर हम कॉलम नंबर 1, 2, 3 चौथा कॉलम देखें, जिसमें इंडिया में 2.4 लिखा है, हमारा पर कैपिटा एमिशन 2.4 है, और उस लिहाज से हम इंडिया वर्ल्ड दुनिया में 120 नंबर पे आते हैं, क्योंकि हमारी जनसंख्या बहुत ज्यादा है। लेकिन जनसंख्या बहुत ज्यादा है तो हमारा पर कैपिटा कम हो जाता है, लेकिन हमारा एग्रीगेट एमिशन अभी भी 7% है। दुनिया का टोटल एमिशन का लगभग 7% इंडिया से निकल रहा है, और उस लिहाज से हम चौथे नंबर पे हैं। ये हमारे लिए चिंता का विषय है। नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट। तो इसको कैसे कम करेंगे? इसके लिए देयर इज अ सिस्टम इन द पेरिस एग्रीमेंट वेयर ईच कंट्री हैज गिवन देयर commitment that they are going to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, and these commitments are called intended nationally determined contributions, or now they are called nationally determined contributions. So nation, as a nation, India has determined, has taken a pledge, has taken a target to reduce its emission. So what is the target? The target is that we are going to reduce our emissions by 33 to 35% of our emission intensity by 2030s. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि 2005 में इंडिया का जो टोटल एमिशन था, इंडिया उस एमिशन को 2030 तक 33 से 35% इसकी इंटेंसिटी में कमी लेके आएगा। इमिशन इंटेंसिटी में कमी लाने का मतलब ये हुआ कि हम लोग हमारा एमिशन तो एग्रीगेट एमिशन, टोटल एमिशन, हमारा एब्सोल्यूट एमिशन तो बढ़ेगा, लेकिन वो अगर कुछ नहीं करते तो बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ता। चूंकि हम बहुत सारे एफर्ट्स करेंगे, बहुत सारे इनिशिएटिव्स लेंगे, इसलिए हमारा एमिशन जो है अब कम होगा। तो इंटेंसिटी मींस द रेट ऑफ एमिशन विल रिड्यूस बट एब्सोल्यूट एमिशंस विल कंटिन्यू टू ग्रो। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। ये उसी को बता रहा हूं मैं। ये चार्ट में दूसरे कंट्रीज ने क्या क्या किया है, अमेरिका ने, चाइना ने, यूनाइटेड स्टेट्स ने, जापान ने, रशिया ने, ऑल दीज इमिशंस, दो टारगेट्स दैट दे हैव टेकन, इसका एक पिक्चर है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। So I already said emissions is on the rise, and we are nowhere near the Paris Agreement targets. As I already said, we are nowhere near. हमारा 1.5 डिग्री का टारगेट है, लेकिन हमारी दुनिया जो है 2.9 करीब 3 डिग्री के ऊपर जा रही है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज। नेक्स्ट। ये स्लाइड आप देखिए, उसके बाद शायद आई विल स्टॉप, बिकॉज 1.5 और 2 डिग्री जो आधा डिग्री है, जो पेरिस एग्रीमेंट में कहा गया है कि हम 2 डिग्री से ज्यादा अपने पृथ्वी के तापमान को बढ़ने नहीं देंगे और कोशिश करेंगे 1.5, लेकिन आधा डिग्री तापमान अगर बढ़ता है तो कितना नुकसान होगा इसका दिया गया है। अगर एक्सट्रीम हीट होती है तो 14% लोग प्रभावित होते हैं, लेकिन अगर 2 डिग्री होता है तो 37% लोग प्रभावित होते हैं। यदि सी लेवल में राइज होता है, हमारे SLR होता है, तो अमाउंट ऑफ सी लेवल राइज बाय 2010 कर 0.4 मीटर्स होता है, लेकिन अगर 2 डिग्री अगर तापमान होगा तो जो अनुमान लगाया गया है कि समुद्र की सतह में 0.46 मीटर्स का इंक्रीज हो जाएगा। क्रॉप यील्ड्स जो हमारी एग्रीकल्चर उत्पादन है मध्य प्रदेश के लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है ये, क्योंकि MP इज द बिगेस्ट एग्रीकल्चर स्टेट, बिगेस्ट कंट्रीब्यूटर इन टर्म्स ऑफ व्हीट एंड अदर ग्रेन्स एंड आल्सो इन पल्सेस एंड ऑयल सीड्स। 3% कमी आती है, और अगर 2 डिग्री है तो 7% कमी आती है, लगभग 2.3 टाइम्स। फिशरीज एक अनुमान लगाया गया है, मछलियों के उत्पादन में कितनी कमी आ सकती है। यदि 1.5 डिग्री टेम्परेचर रहेगा तो 1.5 मिलियन टन, लेकिन अगर 2 डिग्री होगा तो मछलियों के उत्पादन में बिल्कुल दुगनी, मतलब आधा हो जाएगा, 1.5 से 3 मिलियन टन की कमी आ सकती है। तो ये अनुमान बहुत सारे लोगों ने लगाए हैं। प्लीज, हाँ, सो व्हाट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू से इज that please look at this slide. Next slide please. ये चित्र बता रहा है कि जो लाल रंग है, जो रेड एंड मरून एंड पिंक कलर्स हैं, these are the areas which are highly vulnerable. And recently, 4 or 5 days before, Government of India has also published a report about the vulnerability, and MP study was done by us in Bhopal, and we were doing that study for Madhya Pradesh. That study has come out, and what does it say? it says that the red colors and the pink colors and the light yellow colors are the most vulnerable areas of India because of climate change. And this slide talks about, please, next slide, please. Next slide, please. Now, this slide tells you what are the changes that are likely on the planet on the climate change. Now, this is national circumstances that despite having so much of impact and despite the India, one of the biggest vulnerable country in the world, we still are the one of the poor country with only 2.4% of the surface area, 17% of human population, and about 17% of cattle population. Poverty is about 30%. 20% people are still below poverty, 30% below poverty line. 21% people don't have housing. 25% people are still without electricity. There are no possibility that we can reach out to them. Per capita consumption of the developed world is about 1/10. Drinking water to 92 million people are still not able to get the safe drinking water. Human Development Index is only 0.5, which is about 130. India's rank in the world is about 130, which is very low. I think Bangladesh is better than India. So these are some of the challenges that we have to come. And for these challenges, we need to develop. We need to develop means we need to go for industrialization. We need to go for more and more production of energy. On all these development related activities are going to cause lot of greenhouse gas emissions. So country has to choose the path. What do we want? We want more electricity. We want more development. We want more jobs to be created. But then at what cost? And whose cost? And who's going to pay for this cost? These are some of the questions that I think I would like to leave with you. And I think I should stop here. It's already spoken for about 45 minutes. I think people then get bored. So I will stop here. And if you have any questions, please ask me. Thank you.
Sir, thank you, sir. So one of the participants had left a message that it is recognized that whenever there is less pollution or less exploitation of earth, there is less effect of pandemic. That is why rural India has been effect of pandemic than Arabian India.
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
Sir, one of the note is left in a question answer.
Yeah.
So please look after it.
Okay. Let me see question answer. Where chats, man. It's in the chats. No.
Not chat. No, question answer. It is.
Where is the question answer? Okay, Q&A. Respected sir, this is recognized that where there is less pollution or less exploitation of earth, there is less effect of pandemic. That is why rural India has less effect of pandemic than urban areas. Okay. Should I answer live? Hello?
Yes, sir.
So I think I agree that if there is a less intervention, less interference with nature, there would be less problem. But as far as the pandemic is concerned, I can't agree with this statement that it's not there in rural areas. Now, government has already accepted that unfortunately this virus has entered the rural areas also. And I'm collecting this information informally with my friends and colleagues who are in rural areas. There are people, officials who are working in districts, and they are saying that it has reached, unfortunately, in rural areas also. And that is where the problem is coming, because in rural areas, we don't have no facility of formal health delivery mechanism. In rural areas is even more precarious. And therefore, the problem is assuming gigantic proportions. Only yesterday, I saw, I don't know, I can't believe on that video, but I saw a video which was like a very funny video. It's not funny, in fact, but there were ladies in the rural areas in Bundelkhand, and they were refusing to get vaccinated. The Anganwadi Asha workers were trying to make them convinced that they should get vaccinated. And these ladies were in their typical rural style of talking. They were refusing and giving a lot of reasons as to why they don't want vaccine. And they were saying that we don't have corona and all kinds of things. But unfortunately, it is not true. Coronavirus has reached to rural areas, and now the problem of managing is becoming even more challenging.
Okay, sir. We thank you for your stimulating speech, sir. It was a very good and informative session. Hope to attend more session by you. So overall, Dr. Lokin sir highlighted that this outbreak is a result of a much larger global sustainable crisis coming from human activities, which have to radically change for a more healthy planet. This earth is our motherland, which only give us and nothing takes back from us. So it is our responsibility to save and protect our motherland. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to request Mr. Ranjit Pusa, sir, for the vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. On my behalf and university fraternity, I extend a very hearty vote of thanks to Speaker Dr. Lokendra Thakkar, who spared time from his busy schedule to grace the occasion. I also thank Dean Science Dr. Neetu Paliwal. Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Nice to have all of you, and thank you very much for inviting me also for this particular session. Thank you.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, आपका वॉलपेपर डिजाइनिंग बहुत खूबसूरत लग रहा है.
Yeah, this I learned only yesterday that
जी.
घर की अलमारियां और पर्दे दिखाई देने के बजाय we can use some picture behind us. So this is possible in Zoom. You can
बहुत
choose a
अच्छा लग रहा है
background.
सर, इससे पहले वाला भी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा था, अभी का भी बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है.
Thank you,
थैंक यू
ma'am.
सो
Thank
मच.
you. Pleasure
थैंक
always.
यू.
Can I leave this meeting now?
हाँ जी सर, श्योर.
Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you.
Yes,
थैंक
sir.
यू.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello,
Go ahead.
हाँ जी मैम.
participants. Yes, yes.
रंजीत
Now,
सर,
next-
संगीता मैडम का फोन आया था, इसको 3 बजे हमको क्लोज करना रहेगा, तो आप थोड़ा सा
Okay.
जल्दी करा लीजिए जो भी
Okay.
अपना
Okay,
है
ma'am.
ना.
now I request all the participants to please be with us. Next, after 5 minutes break, next session will be continued for the same. Only after 5
रंजीत सर
minutes.
मैं निकल जाऊं? रंजीत सर.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. अब ठीक
ओके
है मैम.
ओके.
Participants, please be with us. Only after 5 minutes, we are going to start the next session.
Hello, participants. We are just going to start quiz competition. Quiz competition.
Hello.
And hello.
Just a minute, sir. Sir, only wait for. Hello. Sir, shall I start?
Yes, madam. Go ahead, madam.
Okay. Welcome to all participants. Now we are going to start the competition session. I would like to request Mr. Ranjit Pusi, sir, for briefing and continuing the session. Over to you, sir.
Okay, madam. As everybody know about the rule and regulations for the quiz competition, there is only a short round where we will provide a questions on PowerPoint. You have to just read and respond immediately.
Sir, marking of this. Sir, is this essay session? Essay competition?
No, no, ma'am. First, we are going to start this quiz competition. After that, we will take this essay competition.
Achha, this
Okay,
is
ma'am.
quiz competition. Is it so?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All the registered candidates have joined or not? Let's see whether they have joined or not.
Who, madam?
All the participants in quiz.
Yes, madam. They are all in the attendance list.
Okay.
We are just going to start quiz competition where we are sharing some of the PPTs. You have to answer that PPTs. Only students from class 11th and class 12 will be eligible for this quiz competition. First question: when is Earth Day observed? When is Earth Day observed? You have to answer in the chat box only. Madam?
Abhishek, yes, sir. Next question, please.
Abhishek?
Huh.
He is correct.
He
ma'am?
answered first.
Okay, ma'am. And answer is also correct, ma'am.
Yeah.
Next question. Perth. When was first day? When was first Earth Day observed? Madam?
Haji. No, just think so.
I think Perth was first to answer.
Sir, who?
Perth.
C is the correct answer. Again, Abhishek.
Abhishek.
Yeah, C is the correct answer. 1970.
Next question.
Yeah.
Who is the father of Earth Day? Who is the father of Earth Day?
Nitin Vishkarma. A is the correct answer. Violot Nelson. Nitin Verma.
Okay. Basically, the question is, what is the theme of Earth Day 2020? But everybody knows about 2021 theme, 2020 themes. Rhyming with nature and plastic pollution. C is save our species, and D is climate action.
Sir, again, just a minute.
What is the
Sir.
theme of the Earth Day?
Sir, Abhishek has answered first for it. D is the correct answer.
D.
Yeah, Abhishek has answered first.
Earth Day is an event, annual event, 2-year event, 3-year event, 4-year event.
So just wait. Three. A is the correct answer. And this Pranav has answered correct. A is the correct answer. Annual event. So just wait. Pranav.
Pranav.
Yes, sir. Next, please.
1 minute. The first Earth Day celebration took place in A option is Sweden, B option is USA, C option is Switzerland, D is Japan.
Parth Mishra has answered first. USA is the correct answer. Just a minute. Parth Mishra. Question number 6 and question number 7.
Which is a more appropriate reason to observe Earth Day every year? First, to support environmental protection.
Sir, Nitin Vishkarma has answered first. A is the correct answer. To support the environmental protection.
A option.
Yeah, Nitin has answered first.
Abhishek. But he has given B, na? He has given B.
Nitin, just wait. Nitin Vishkarma, sir, at 2:31 p.m. is answered A.
So we have to consider Abhishek Kumar, na?
Even Pranav, at the same time, he answered A.
Correct answer is B or A?
A is the correct answer.
So we have to consider Abhishek Kumar.
Both of them. Even Pranav, the same time.
But we received Abhishek Kumar. No?
Sir, please, sir. At 2:30 p.m., Nitin has answered first. 7th A. Just look after this. After Japan. After Rashmi. One candidate, Nitin Vishkarma, has answered first, 7A. So he will be the first.
Okay.
First come, first serve. Yeah.
Next question. Which of the following theme is not matched correctly? Environmental and Climate Literacy 2017. B. Climate Action 2020. C. Save Our Species 2019. D. End Plastic Pollution.
Sir, Parth Mishra has answered first. D is the correct answer. And plastic pollution 2021. Just wait. Parth Mishra. Sir, just wait.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Next, please.
Consider the following statement related to climatology. First, climate variability describe short-term changes in climate caused by naturally occurring events like El Nino or volcanic activity. B. Climate changes is a warming or cooling in long-term weather patterns at different places around the world. C option is both A and B. D option neither A nor B.
Sir, Parth Mishra has answered first. C is the correct answer. Yes, sir. Parth Mishra. So just wait for it.
Yes, ma'am.
For the next question. Yes, sir. Continue. Display the next question, please.
Consider the following statement related to Siberian climate. A option: the climate is characterized by a bitter cold winter of long duration and a cool brief summer. B. It is characterized by winter rain climate. C option only A. D option both A and B. Madam, unmute yourself, please.
None of them has, yes, sir, just a minute. Abhishek Kumar. C is the correct answer. Only A. And none of them answered for, none of them has gone for the option A. Only D, B, and so on. So C is the correct answer. And the person who is answered is Abhishek Kumar. Abhishek Kumar. Yes, the correct answer. Yes, sir. Next,
Okay.
just a minute, sir. Just a minute. Yes, sir. Continue, please.
Yes, ma'am. Which of the following climatic region is well known for natural rubber called Hevia brasiliensis? A option equatorial climate region, B is tundra climatic region, C is taiga climatic region, and D is tropical climate region.
Yes, sir. For this, Pranav Narware. Just a minute. Pranav has given the correct answer. That is equatorial climate region. Equatorial
Eruption.
climatic region. Yes, sir. A is the correct answer, and Pranav has given the correct answer. He has answered first. Pranav.
Okay.
Just a minute, sir. Yes, next, please.
Consider the following statement related to climatic change. Climate change is a change in average weather condition. B is climate change is caused by biotic process, variation in solar radiation received by Earth, plate tectonics, and volcanic eruptions. C option is only B. D option both A and B.
Pranav has answered first. C is the correct answer. Pranav has answered first. C. Option C. Just read. Yes, sir. Next, please.
Yes, ma'am. Which of the following correct statement related
Sir,
to
hello,
ocean
sir.
warming? Yeah, ma'am.
Yes. Continue, please.
Which of the following is correct statement related to ocean warming? A. Madden-Julian oscillation is characterized by eastward progression of a large region of both enhanced and suppressed tropical rainfall observed mainly over the Indian and Pacific Ocean. B. El Nino is the warm phase of the El Nino southern oscillation and is associated with a band of warm
Pardon,
ocean
please.
water that
Sir,
developed in central. Yeah, ma'am.
sorry. Nitin has answered first. D is the correct option. D option is correct answer. And Nitin Vishkarma has answered first. Nitin Vishkarma. Next, please, sir.
Yes, ma'am. How climate influences our daily lives?
Please search.
A.
Yeah.
Our houses are designed based on the climate where we live. Farmers make plan
Part,
based on the length of
part, pardon, sir. So, Part Mishra has given the correct answer. All the above is correct. Just read. Whose name is this? Pranav. Not Pranav. D. Just wait, sir. Let me see who's answered
yes.
first. D. D is the correct answer. And Pranav. Pranav has answered the correct. Pranav. Just wait. 15. Yes, sir. Next, please.
What is the pressure belt of the Earth? The global horizontal distribution of pressure due to spherical shape of the Earth. Different parts of the Earth are heated unequally. C. Only A. Both A and B. What is the pressure belt of the Earth?
So none of has given the correct answer. So just leave. None of the student has given the correct answer. D is the correct option. Both A and B is correct, but none of the student has answered. Just wait. Next question, please, sir.
Yes. What is or are the reason for having low pressure in equatorial region? Due to vertical rays of the sun here, there is intense heating. B. Due to Earth's rotation, the winds surrounding the polar region blow towards the equator at about
Sir,
20 degree north.
Nitin Vishkarma has answered the correct first. Due to the vertical rays of the sun, here there is intense heating. This is the correct answer, and it is answered first. Let me mark this.
Yes,
Nitin Vishkarma. That's right. Next slide, sir, please.
yes. Which of the following is caused by global warming? Ice sheets of Antarctica is breaking up. The edge of the West Antarctica ice sheet is shrinking at the rate of about 125 meters each year. Coral bleaching. Balance patterns of the precipitation.
Time is over. D is the correct answer. For the 17 number question, D is the correct answer. That is balance patterns of precipitation. So none of the student has answered for this question. Just leave this. Just read. Yes, question number 8.
18. Which of the following is not comes under high pressure belt? Equatorial region, subtropical region, polar region, tropical region.
Yes, sir. Abhishek Kumar has answered the first correct answer. He has ticked. That is equatorial region. Just let me mark this. Abhishek Kumar. Get the correct and first he answered. Come to 19. Question number 19, please.
Which of the following statement true about hurricane? Hurricane is a violent storm of originates over tropical or subtropical waters. It is constituted by low pressure center close. Yeah.
Parth Mishra has answered the correct option. Parth Mishra. D is the correct. All the above, it means A, B, C. Okay, so D is the correct option for the question number 19. Let me mark. Yes, sir. Next, please.
Question 20. During hurricane, due to which force a whirling motion is caused? Coriolis force, friction force, contact force, gravitational force.
Yes, again, Parth Mishra has given a correct answer. That is E, Coriolis force. Let me mark, sir. Next question, please, sir.
Yes, ma'am. In Southeast Asia, tropical cyclones are known as hurricanes, cyclones, typhoons, none of the above.
Just a minute, sir. 81. C is the correct answer. And let me see who's answered first. This Abhishek Kumar has answered first. C is the correct answer. Abhishek Kumar. Let me mark. Next, please, sir.
Center of hurricane is known as rain bands, eye wall,
Again,
diameter.
Pranav has given a correct B. B is a correct option. I. Pranav. Just wait. Next, please, sir. 23. Question number 23.
Question number 23. Where tropical cyclones occur? Tropical cyclones occur over the land near the sea. Tropical cyclones occur beside the ocean. Tropical cyclone occur over the ocean in the areas near the
Part-
equator.
Sir, Parth has answered the correct option, that is C, for the question number 23. Parth has answered first. So we get number 1 plus. Just wait up. Now come to 24. Last two questions are left.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Next, please.
Atlantic hurricane season starts from 1st June, 1st July, 1st August, 1st September.
Yes, Abhishek has given a correct option, that 1st June. 1st June is the correct answer. Abhishek has given first. Abhishek. Yes, right. Next question, sir, please.
Hurricanes are divided into how many categories? 3, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah, very nice. Pranav has again given a correct tick for the C option, that is 5. For question number 25, C is the correct. Pranav.
Okay, madam. All questions are completed, I think. No?
Sir, yes, sir. All the questions are completed. Now I'll WhatsApp you.
Okay.
Continue for the next session, please. For the next competition, quiz competition has been already completed. Only the poster and the essay competitions have left. Please continue, sir.
Okay. Perth is available. No? 1 minute. I think for the participant for essay competition, please raise your hand. Pranav, I am taking you inside the panel list. You have to present your essay. Okay. So I am taking you inside the panel list. Okay. And after Pranav, I think Perth. Pranav. Perth is also there, na?
Yes, sir. In the quiz competition, he was there. But for this, I don't know whether he has registered or not. Please check the list. Yes, sir. Parth is online. Parth and Pranav.
Pranav, you can start your presentation. Pranav. I'm not in as a competition. Parth, you can start presentation.
Sir, so, sir, just have to read the essay?
Hello?
Yes, sir. Do I just have to read the essay?
Yes, you can read first page only, na?
There are two
Because we
pages.
have to
Okay, sure.
Because we have to conclude it by 3 p.m. and also declare the result, so
Okay,
that you
sir.
have to.
No problem. So shall I start?
Yes, you
Uh,
can share it on screen also.
just yes, sir. Let me see if I have it on my phone. Just a second. Document. Uh, document. Uh, Sir, can I quickly join with my laptop? It will take just
Yes.
1 second.
Hmm.
I
Okay, no
can,
problem.
I can present there properly.
Sir, Pranav has left a message that I am not in essay competition. So he's not
Okay.
participant.
Hmm. I'm
He's
taking.
not taking participant in this essay
I,
competition.
I'll just leave and rejoin the meeting. So just make me a panel admin.
Any other candidate who wish to present their essay competition, essay paper?
Okay. Part Mishra has left a message. He is asking for the panelist. I have rejoined. Sir, make me panelist, and I have rejoined.
Now Parth is presenting his essay paper.
Good morning, everyone present here. I hope my screen is visible to all of you. Sir, is my screen visible? Hello.
Yes, yes.
Heartily good afternoon to everyone present here. My name is Parth Mishra, and I am a student of class 12, and I study in International Public School located in Bhopal. So here I present my essay before all of you. The topic of my essay is Restore Our Earth. From the oldest civilization known to mankind, the Sumerian civilization, and currently known humans as Homo sapiens, human activities have always been considered accountable for degradation of one-of-a-kind ecosystem and the mother nature. These actions, knowingly or unknowingly undertaken by every human being, raise many alarming concerns in the upcoming times. Because of actions of some, the whole mankind has to suffer. Although also there are many people who tried and even trying to restore our earth to its original condition. Such people have also incorporated many committees to look after the environment, like by forming the modern environment movement in the late 1960s in United States. To mark the birth anniversary of this movement, World Earth Day is celebrated on every 22nd of April. Contribution of each and every human being is crucial for achieving the target of the good old earth and how it used to be. From the time when humans invented how to start a fire till the 21st century and rapid modernization taking place daily, these actions have shown their long-term ill effects onto the environment and have disturbed the ecological balance of the ecosystem. Still, there are some people who still don't believe that human actions are solely responsible for this disbalance. I can just oppose their claims by giving the example of very recent COVID-19 pandemic situation. How COVID-19 had forced almost every country across the globe for complete lockdown and restriction on movement. During these times, a part of Earth got the time to recover its health, and we saw that Mother Nature restored itself. In this lockdown, every animal, plant, and even we human beings inhaled fresh and pure oxygen after decades. because there was a temporary restriction on the vehicles and factories. Air quality index showed some of the purest air results in many states after decades, but it fell rapidly after the lockdowns were lifted. Our actions have also depleted the ozone layer in the recent decades. Human actions are also responsible for extinction and endangerment of many plant and animal species. Since the environmental and climatic literacy and awareness is the foundation for an equitable and sustainable society, educational institutions should also include these theories in the younger generation's educational curriculums, as the younger generation is responsible in restoring Earth and making it a happy place for for all. Political parties should also include environment welfare policies into their political agendas, as if there is no environment, no human being will be able to survive on Earth. The human beings become greedy and start taking everything for granted. So we should not take. So we should start taking accountability of our actions, as denial of our own activities results in absolute chaos. The day when we stop taking Mother Nature for granted, we will truly start restoring our Earth. The sooner we realize this, the better is it for all humankind and the future generations. Human beings have evolved a lot, but we have to understand the fact that Earth doesn't need us, but we are the ones who are dependent on Earth for the survival of mankind. There are space exploration program companies like SpaceX, NASA, ISRO, and many more investing thousands of $1 million in space exploration programs, searching for habitable conditions on other planets in the solar system for human civilization. But why aren't they trying to fix the conditions on Earth and restore it to the same Earth how it used to be earlier? By investing this money in new technologies and programs focusing on improving the condition of Earth, we can still revive a dying planet. We have definitely come up a long way to properly understand the Earth and its ecosystem. Different nations have participated in many environmental conferences and signed international treaties to combat the climate changes. But still, with every challenge that we overcome, our own activities throw other challenges along the way. Laws have already been made, but we don't follow them. Therefore, we need a dedicated, independent, and powerful body to maintain these laws and punish the lawbreakers. I know that restoring our Earth to its original condition is not easy, but it is still achievable with coordination between each and every human being and collective efforts. With right education and awareness about the environment and teamwork, we can take care of our Mother Nature. Let us all pledge to keep our environment clean, run plantation drives, give giving right awareness and education to the younger generations on the importance of our environment, keep our neighborhoods clean, and keep trying. I know that all these steps are very small, but every step counts, and we should always keep in mind the very famous saying, "Boon boon se sagar barta hai." Thank you so much. This was Parth Mishra.
It's wonderful essay, Parth. Now it's time for declaration of the result due to time foundation. Uh, in two events, we have quiz competition where second runner-up is Mr. Pranav. Mr. Pranav is the second runner-up for quiz competition, and first runner-up is Parth Mishra for quiz competition, and Mr. Abhishek is the winner of the quiz competition. And for essay competition, we have one entry only, and this paper is very remarkable, I think. And for this, we are giving winner as Parth. So we will forward the cash prize after submitting your entries, which I will be forwarded to you via mail or WhatsApp. After filling your details, it will be forwarded to your account. Okay, over to madam.